And now for a very, very deep dive on the details on what's happening with 3.7 in relation to the new staggered development. I'm going to reserve judgment on 3.7 and 3.8 in terms of the relationship to staggered development once I start to see how things are rolling out. If I'm happy with the performance and the stability of 3.7 and 3.8, which I think not until 3.8 will I have a better idea if staggered development was a good thing. I think just on a managerial aspect and a financial aspect that staggered development seems to be a better way to go so that you're not paying people to sit on their hands. So it should be interesting to see how these patches are coming out. If in fact they are more playable, they are more stable, that'll be very good news for Cloud Imperium and their revenue, because people will say, hey, I'm having a good time, I want to buy more ships. 3.7, let's see it. Bounty Hunter armor could care less, especially since I'm going to be playing a pirate. Screw you, bounty hunters. No, just tease it. It looks like bounty hunter armor is complete. Character customization system version 2, half of the way there. The character customization screen just needs tons and tons of help. Just saying, just always has needed help. There's a lot of errors and buggy glitches in the character customization screen. I'm happy to see any changes to that. Glass visor and HUD improvements gone. I think there could be some more improvements down the road in terms of the glass visor and HUD. I hope they're not completely scrapping that. Perhaps they're renaming it to something different. Caves, Rocky, new. Only 40% complete. They're moving it to 3.8. I was hoping to see the caves in 3.7. But it looks like they're moving it to 3.8. I did see on the last Inside Star Citizen where they are making serious progress with caves. Very excited about spelunking. And we shall see what's going to happen in terms of exploring caves. I'm really looking forward to that gameplay. Rest Stop Space Station interior variants moved to 3.8. Holy shit, we were talking about it this whole time. When will the interiors match the exteriors? And it seems as if that's going to be moved to 3.8. I think that's a mistake, but hey, possibly they had to do it for various reasons inside CIG, and they're having issues with it. And this is why staggered development is happening. Human AI Combat version 2. Holy smokes. Yes, 100% completed. Can't wait. Any AI improvements are good improvements. I want to see better AI, period. Version 2, version 3, version 4, just keep them coming. That AI needs a lot of work. AI Dogfight Combat version 2, 100%. We're going to check that out too, and we're going to see if it seriously got updated or not. I'm going to call bullshit if I don't see any improvements, and I'll be reporting it here on the channel for sure. NPC improvements, shopkeeper just scratched off, moved to 3.8. Not a big deal. Ship AI 3D pathfinding V2 moved to 3.8. That's something that I kind of wish, and that relates to AI dogfight combat. So that's interesting that gets moved to 3.8, but yet the AI dogfight combat version 2 is 100% complete. I wouldn't call it 100% complete then, would you? FPS combat weapon types moved to 3.8. Advanced gunship maneuvers moved to 3.8. NPC improvements to the bartender moved to 3.8. Not a big deal. NPC improvements to civilians moved to 3.9. AI on a massive scale there with the NPCs that move around as civilians. That needs a huge upgrade. They're moving that to 3.9 because that seems to be a bigger issue, and it is. That needs a lot of help. First person shooter mode cover usage version 1, which then goes back to human AI combat. Can you call human AI combat version 2 100% complete when you don't have cover usage version 1 complete, and then you're moving that to 3.8? Smells a little bit fishy to me. I don't like it. FPS mining new 85% complete. FPS mining awesome. Looking forward to this new game mechanic coming in 3.7. That is very exciting. Interesting that FPS mining is out, but the caves are moved to 3.8. There is some shaking up happening. There is some shaking up happening here. You definitely can see that there has been issues with what this is why staggered development I think has hit, and the roadmap kind of explains this succinctly. You can see areas in which some things are being completed and others that are relying on those things are not completed, or vice versa. And you see this, and this is possibly a lot of the issues that Chris has been having along the way. So by splitting up the teams, let's hope that we see improvements to the workflow. The workflow, in essence, could very well be improved by staggered development. Well, I'm not quite sure, but by 3.8 we should have a better read as to what we think about that. Let's see here. Mission sharing. That's great. 100% complete. Those that join us on missions can share in the rewards. Rewards should be bumped up a little bit. Yes. Personal commodity inventory, which is new. Now, this is really interesting debate here. 5 of 6, almost 83% complete. Personal commodity inventory taking the place of, if you look down the list at the bottom here in the brown section, physical inventories. You can see that physical inventories have been removed in lieu of personal commodity inventories. And then I start to question, like, do your total inventories as a gamer, as a player, get reduced by personal commodity inventories so that everything that you own has to be placed in boxes? Not quite sure. The picture that they have with it are people carrying backpacks. I'll show you that later, possibly. But it's interesting to me because having limited inventory is a little bit worrisome or troublesome as an industrial player. Maybe it's in name only, but it might have to do with gameplay as well. And that will be interesting to follow up on. I will keep an eye on our inventories. I think that's really important to industrial players. I think that's very important to industrial players. It gives us a read on just how much we're able to own and able to trade and able to sell, able to buy. That could be huge. That could be a very huge issue. So I will definitely keep an eye on that. I put a post out there yesterday. Thanks for the fans that helped me out with that. Harvestables. Ooh, farming and fun. That's what I'm talking about. 94%. This is great. This is great. I can't wait for that gameplay. I'm very excited about that. Ship rentals moved from the current patch. Looks like 50% complete. They're trying to get it in 3.7. The Eradicator, my friend, does a wonderful article about ship rentals. And you guys got to check it out because it might be a loophole in the economy there. And I tell you what, it's go over to the Eradicator's channel for that if you guys are interested in that. I know I am definitely interested in any economic news regarding Star Citizen. IFCS Proximity Assist is 100% complete. Good. Weapon Attachments version 2. Almost complete. Refueling and fuel scooping removed. Interesting, because we saw a lot of articles coming out about fuel scooping. They have removed it. I'm not quite sure if it's coming back in any type of way. I know that the Starfarer is responsible for refining fuels and liquids and bringing them back for sale so that people can use to refuel their ships. Perhaps they wanted to keep it that way without having any added gameplay feature where people can kind of skip needing the fuel by just getting their own. It's definitely something that should be talked about. I think that might be a good thing if it's completely removed, because I would personally think it more realistic and better for the economy for those people who have Starfarers, that people will require fuel from Starfarers, and people who own ships that are able to take fuel, refine it, and then sell it. Death animation improvements moved to 3.8. Okay. Power system version 2 completely removed. Interesting. PvP bounties moved to 3.9. Come on. We want that ASAP. Repair, refuel, restock kiosks version 1 moved to 3.9. Okay. So that kind of gives us a little light as to what's happening with kiosks, that they might be having issues with those, because 3.9 is until Q3 of 2020. Or Q1 of 2020. That's going well into March of next year or April of next year. What do we got here? Aegis Vanguard Harbinger nearly complete. Awesome. Aegis Vanguard Sentinel nearly complete. Awesome. Drake Cutlass Red rework moved to 3.8. Oh my God, you're going to have a lot of upset people on that one. People really love the idea of the Drake Cutlass Red and the abilities to be like a med ship. And that's kind of disappointing that it gets moved to 3.8. Oh, well, maybe we can get it for Christmas. Banu Defender, come on. Get that work done on that Banu Defender, guys. For real, 46%. We're chomping at the bit for some Banu. You know what I'm saying? That didn't sound right. Apocalypse Arms Animus missile launcher moved to 3.8. I was looking forward to that missile launcher, god damn it. Bearing GP33 grenade launcher moved to 3.8. I was also looking forward to that. We might be having some issues with those particular items. Interesting. It seems like the pistol and the laser cannon are fine. No, you know, that's fine, but the missile launcher and the grenade launcher and the heavy physics stuff, they're having a little bit more issues with. Let's see here. Procedural asteroids version 2 moved to 3.9. Not a huge deal. I actually like the asteroids that are now, but any improvements would be welcome. Large scale shadow improvements moved to 3.9. Not a big deal. Planetary ground fog tech moved to 3.8. I would like to see that in the game. That would be very cool. Performance optimization. Well, that's just one word that we all love. And, you know, that should be in every single patch. And it is. And, you know, more and so with regards to SSOCS and a lot of the server and the networking issues that we have been talking and pounding the table on here on the channel, so that this game actually can function with multiple instances and you can have a smoother experience. This is definitely the #1 issue. Improved terrain shadows moved to 3.8. Okay, so here we can see, atmosphere tech improvements moved to 3.8 as well. Now, 3.8 going into the end of year is only 21% complete. They're going to have to seriously hustle. They're going to have to seriously hustle. They are in a crunch, and you can see this through the roadmap right now. They are in a crunch. And so hopefully the Staggered Development does something. You know, like I said, by the end of the year, I'll have a better read on what I think if Staggered Development is actually helping or hurting the project. We will go over it again at the end of the year. I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot as the year continues on. But this is definitely a video for the hardcore citizens out there talking about the issues. What are your guys' issues? What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments below. Let me hear what you guys have to say with the roadmap. Frustrations, you know, condemnations, anything you guys have to say, you know, whether you think these are positive changes, negative changes. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I think the community's voice is #1 in this process. I think that they need to listen a lot more to the people backing the game. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the games. This community is wonderful. Thank you to our patrons who continue to support this channel. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We're having a giveaway for a Titan. And we're just having a great time here on the channel. We're doing a hell of a job moving forward. The momentum is real. We are growing, guys. It's awesome. And thanks to you guys. Keep sharing the info. Let us know what you think, what you think of me, what you think of the channel, this community. Any type of constructive criticism is great. And like I always say at the end of my vids, I will see you on the next vid.